Oh my goodness, wow, hi. Welcome to this week's episode of the WigCap, your weekly RuPaul's Drag Race recap show. My name is Jordan Jayro, and today I'm giving you a young Ursula at the height of her hoe phase because this week, it's all about the color purple. After last week's double save, the girls re-enter the workroom and Gigi expresses that though she is happy to see the other girls in the workroom, she's not particularly thrilled that there was a double save last week.
Honestly, right now, I'm like a little shook that we're just right back to 6 now. I mean, I know we're like, obviously I'm so happy that you're still here and I was very sad to, you know, have expected you to go. But as soon as she said you were safe, there was a moment in me where I was like, really?
I kind of sympathize with that. I'd be like, listen, I'm not here for this. Like, these bitches need to go. I need my crown. The next day in the workroom, it's time for a puppet show because everybody loves puppets.
It all started out with puppets.
If you're not familiar with this famous mini challenge, it's where each of the girls reach into a dark glory hole and pull out a puppet with the likeness of one of their competitors, and then they will drag it up and then do an impersonation of their competitor, kind of roasting and being shady. It's like Snatch Game meets the reading challenge meets Tammy Faye Baker puppet shows.
Hello, I'm Ellie the Alligator.
And I'm Susie Muppet.
Everyone for the most part did pretty well. Gigi did, however, struggle just a skosh. One would say that Gigi had a big old slice of struggle pie during this challenge.
All I want to do is sink further and further and further down. I'm keeping my puppet up high.
Jackie Cox ends up winning this mini challenge, which makes her like the queen of mini challenges.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, let me do it again.
The queen of mini challenge.
Oh fuck!
The queen of mini challenge. Why is it so hard to say mini? So Jackie Cox wins this mini challenge and it makes her the unofficial queen of mini challenges this season. She's won 3 and even jokes in the interview that she should be able to consolidate her 3 for 1 MaxiChallenge win. And that's definitely not how that works because I have tried to consolidate my 5 associate's degrees for 1 bachelor's and it was not allowed. So after the mini challenge, Ru tells the girls that for this week's MaxiChallenge, they will each write and perform their own 1-person show. And they're gonna be coached by both RuPaul and this week's guest judge, Whoopi Molly You in Danger Girl Goldberg. And so as the winner of the mini challenge, Jackie gets to decide the performance order. So Jackie is very brave and decides to give herself the opening spot in the show and then asks the other girls where they prefer to be, and every single girl wants to be in the middle, which is totally possible. Bitch, it is show time. Jackie's show was so flippin' good. I love that she changed her concept last minute after being inspired by Whoopi's feedback based on her original idea. And she does this thing where she has like her mother on one side with a pair of glasses and her dad has another pair of glasses on the other side, and she's in the middle. And it's kind of a really cool symbol to have her in the middle of both her mother and her father. Crystal was next, and she had this character named Phenomenal Phil, who's an exotic dance instructor. And I have learned to not even doubt her ideas because every single time she turns it, and this was so funny. The shoes, so good. Next was Heidi, and I think the idea that she had was great, but she only had 5 minutes and she had so many characters that she spent her whole 5 minutes introducing the characters and the story went nowhere. Gigi's show had a really cool concept, being that the entire audience was on a flight to hell and she was the flight attendant. I could tell that she definitely pushed herself outside of her comfort zone, and there were definitely a lot of really funny moments in there. Usually in these videos I don't address Sherry, but I just want to quickly say that during Sherry's performance, I had a sandwich, took a nap, got pregnant, carried it to full term, gave birth, and now my baby has a full beard and student loan debt. And last but not least, Jada. Okay, the title of her show was She Puts the P in Pageant or something to that effect. I thought the punniness of it was really funny considering it was a story about her pissing herself, but the story did not have any sort of like goodness. At one point, she realizes that the audience is not feeling her and even makes a joke about it, and that was kind of the only thing that I laughed at. And as a performer who occasionally does some stand-up, the worst thing ever is when you know that the audience isn't really vibing with you and then kind of acknowledging it can sometimes make the audience feel a little awkward. and it can kind of take the energy down for yourself instead of just trying to keep it up. Tricky. It was rough. She looks beautiful though. Watching Jada's performance in this challenge was kind of like watching a car crash or a Katy Perry music video.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's time for the runway! This week on the runway, the category is the color purple as an homage to the guest judge, Whoopi motherfucking Goldberg. My tops this week on the runway are Crystal and Jada. Crystal was giving me like Purple People Eater, Gremlin, Where the Wild Things Are, just hilarious and adorable. And Jada's look was the only thing that I saw and I thought, get me that dress and put it in my closet right now, Mary, please. It was incredible and Grecian and drapey and it fit perfectly. And her face, just, beauty. And she actually made this garment herself, so good job, girl. And I have to be totally honest with you, I don't really have any bottoms this week. I know, what's a party with no bottoms? Fucking no fun for me.
How dare you? Who are you? No, wait, no! Ah!
Honestly, I think everybody really did a solid job on the runway this week. Everybody looked great. Don't get used to it, bitch, but there's no bottoms this week. We'll see about next week, ho. Crystal ends up winning this challenge. It's her first challenge win, bitch. Yes! I was so happy that Crystal won this week, to be honest. Okay, so the bottom two this week ends up being Heidi and Jada, and they both have to lip sync. Hold on. Girl, let me find out what the song is, because I forgot what the lip sync song is already. Oh! Okay, so Heidi and Jada end up in the bottom this week, and they have to lip sync to the song 1999 by Prince. This lip sync was actually kind of amazing. I pegged Heidi as a lip sync assassin from the very beginning, and she was. This technically is her 4th time lip syncing. So of course going into it, I was just like, okay, obviously they're not gonna keep her again. And also Jada has infinitely more challenge wins than Heidi has. She's had a great run, but it's her time to go. Jada ends up turning it out with a wig reveal and really does a great job on this lip sync. And so, sadly, Heidi Aphrodite, Heidi Hand Lotion, Heidi and Siki, Heidi H1N1 has to sashay away. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video and click all of the links in the description and follow me everywhere and be my bestest friend. I am going to go climb into a bush and call the cops on people who are not social distancing. Thank you so much again for watching, and until next week, have a fabulous life. Bye-bye.